Going into this fight, you did not have to put on your Colombo rain jacket to understand this is going to be a stand-up battle. Junior dos Santos went as far as the champion of the world, but he did it all one way. He did it all standing up. He has great takedown defense. That's where his wrestling comes in. He does not have great wrestling offense. Okay, fine. Don't need it. You need one of the two. He chose defense. Got a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but we've never seen him start to execute some of those submissions. It's all right here. It's all been stand-up, ones and twos. He'll slip a kick in, but he is a Western boxer to the highest of levels who's taking on a professional kickboxer. Now, Gane had a 10-0 record coming into this fight. Came from professional kickboxing. Used to train and be in the same room on a daily basis with Francis Ngannou. I believe that they even sparred, to put that in perspective for you, but certainly the same team, same room, same coaches. He's a stand-up guy. Great, so we're going to have a stand-up fight. The problem that Junior has had as of late has not been with his skills, his speed, his size, his strength, or his determination. It has been with his chin. That chin just isn't the same over time, and we started to see it with Junior, right? I'm telling you things that you already knew, but I did think it was a bit of a surprise to see Junior go into a contest as a former world champion against a guy who, though unblemished, is still 10-0. Not a ton of fights. Junior was a 4-1 underdog. Does that surprise you guys? 4-1. He was 3-1 when I got to Vegas. It went the other way. It went 4-1 underdog. I thought it was a little disrespectful. Surprisingly. Okay, fight breaks out. Sure enough, Junior's coming out trying jabs and crosses. And one thing about Junior, like, you could look at his record as of late and think, okay, this is a favorable match. You could think that. You could think he's not what he used to be. You could think he's not the champion and not going to return to championship form. You can think all of these things. When they shut the door and you're locked in there with Junior dos Santos, you're going to have different thoughts. You're going to look off the cage, look across that cage and go, man, this is about to be a long night. So when the fight breaks out, it's one more thing on Junior. Only has bad intentions. Junior will not feel you out. Junior does not try to gain favor with judges. He is not looking at the 10-9. He's not looking to touch you here and dip here and move around. Everything he does, he's going to jab you to break your nose. He's going to throw a cross or an uppercut to put you out. Keep that in mind, because one thing that Gane did, and I have to give him full credit, is he just kept range. He just kept range. He came in with a very kick-heavy strategy. He was working Junior's legs, he was working Junior's body, but he was doing it from a kicking distance. What that distance does is, no matter how perfect of a punch or powerful of a punch Junior throws, if it can't land, it doesn't count. It doesn't count. You guys throw a punch at me right now, it's not going to land. I have nothing to worry about. Wouldn't matter what your technique was. Wouldn't matter if you fooled me first. Just wouldn't matter. It's got to land. Did a great job of keeping Junior at bay and slowly started picking him apart. When you start to pick a guy like Junior apart, Junior's going to get pissed off at some point, and he's going to get a little bit reckless. That's what he did. Okay, fine. We see that a million times, but that's what happened. And that's really what opened up the headshots for Gane. If Gane never got to the head, whether he hurt Junior or not, it wanted to put him away. You got to put Junior out. You're not likely to submit him. You are not likely to even win a decision. You're going to have to put him out. This is just the blueprint, and he's going to try to do the same thing to you. Gane did a great job. I'm sitting here talking about this is a 4-1 going into the fight, moved from 3-1, went the wrong way against Junior. I'm sitting here telling you that Gane only had 10 fights experience, not a lot. But now I'm here to tell you how calm he was, how composed he was. How disciplined to his strategy, which was to keep Junior at bay, not make this about the hands, make it about kicks. Ultimately, an elbow finished the fight, but that's relevant too. It's relevant too because you're talking about space. You're talking about distance. One of the most basic philosophies that Royce Gracie ever had, we had a whole bunch of space or we have no space. We don't fight here. We don't fight toe-to-toe. We fight here or we fight here. I felt as though Gane did the same thing, but adverse to Royce, not on a grappling basis, he did it with striking. He kept distance, that's where the kicks came in. When he decided to fight close, he got really close, that's where the elbows came in. He never fought in Junior's range. Junior's jab, cross, uppercut, they're all negated. Good strategy by Gane. For a guy that had only been in there 10 times, the odds maker and the bettors had this one right. They saw this one and they predicted it. A little bit of drama in the finish. Finished kind of up against the fence or near the fence, boom. gone through an elbow that hit Junior towards the back of the head. Now, that elbow's legal as long as part of the strike touches the ear. I've heard Big John McCarthy give this speech 20 times. It's the same every time. You hit him wherever you want as long as something hits the ear. It hit the ear. Now, Gane used a forearm / elbow, so he had a great big range, unlike a fist, which I think was the intent of that rule, but it's not the letter of the rule. That's not what it says. It says as part of that strike touches the ear, it's fair game. I bring that to you because after the fact, Junior even had a little bit of an awkward moment where he walked up to Gane and pointed Gane up towards the replay and said, "I went out because you hit me in the back of the head, you prick." Gane didn't deny it. But the rule says if part of the strike touches the ear, it's fair play. I'm bringing that to you guys because you may not have known that rule. Great fight, great match, fair play.